Welcome back to the FN studios. We're talking about UFC Fight Night that went down in Mexico City. A tremendous back and forth battle between Charles Oliveira and Ricardo Lamas. And we have to point at the fact that Charles Oliveira did not take this fight seriously. He flew to Mexico 5 days before this matchup. Meanwhile, all you have to do is type it in online and you're going to get the information that if you don't make sure that you're able to deal with the elevation, you were going to have a horrible, horrible night. And he didn't address that. Comes in almost 10 pounds overweight. However, when it's time to fight, this guy fights his ass off. He had Lamas in a whole slew of trouble. As a matter of fact, there was a threat of finishing him with submission. However, one of Ricardo Lamas' biggest strengths, one of his biggest weapons, is he doesn't have the quit. He didn't quit and managed to tap out Oliveira in round two.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. It feels to me like Oliveira allows himself to be a victim of or a user of momentum. So when things are going well for him, he's winning, he feels on top of the world, he feels unbeatable, and the momentum is in his favor. And then when it goes the other way, he can be a slave to that momentum. You know, a weird one in Saskatchewan, and then a tough one with Showtime Pettis, and then and it just then he doesn't make the weight, and then maybe some bad decisions in there. This feels momentum based, but we don't have to be slaves to momentum. You literally every moment is a new moment. Someone's on your back, the next thing you know, you're in mount. That's what martial arts teaches you, and I think Oliveira is maybe allowing himself to kind of slide, and he can change that in a moment. He's a smart, confident, talented kid. Get his shit together and make some changes because you don't show up there 5 days before dealing with elevation. And it doesn't matter what story you tell about the weight cut. Never, as fans, never accept any. It's always 100% the fighter's fault.
We talked about ego in the past, and is this one of those scenarios where Charles Oliveira, because if you look at every broadcast, maybe the broadcasts in Brazil aren't the same as the ones in English, but everybody's putting this guy over. Every single broadcast, ridiculously talented. On the ground, he's a terror, blah, blah, blah. This is a guy that could be challenging for a UFC championship. You hear all those things. You inflate your chest, I'm the man. So do you start cutting corners?
Yeah, we had Joanna Jędrzejczyk in here, and she's awesome. Yeah. Very smart, very legit. And you can find all that on our YouTube channel, Fight Network YouTube channel, and fightnetwork.com. We got a bunch of stuff with her. And you listen to her, she's like, it's the work. It's not me. It's the work. It's the work she puts in. Focus on the work. Get better every day. Chase greatness. She doesn't. Everybody's telling her she's the greatest everything ever at that weight, and she's not hearing any of it. That's how you become a champion.
Charles Oliveira, hopefully he can dust himself off and get right back on the horse, because he clearly is one of the most talented fighters in the division.